And now let's talk about the setter and getter method, which is also known as the mutator and accessor. The common question arises here: if we won't be able to access this modifier, this instance variable, if we won't be able to access this instance variable, so how we can access it? Definitely the answer is you can use any public method, and from the public method we can access these instance variable. That means those are declared private, but yeah, you can do it. So because of these, the programmers, the developers, they have given a naming convention. This is okay, you are using the identifier, so there should be a naming convention by which the programmers and the other developers who are working on your project will be able to recognize that okay, this particular method is in a specific type and this method is to initialize the value of instance variable and to retrieve a value from the instance variable. So that's why here they created a method that should start with the set to set the value of the instance variable, and a get method to get the value of the instance variable. So these are known as the setter methods and getter methods. For example, suppose I want to set the value of a name. What will I do out here? I will use a public methods because public can be accessible from anywhere. Public void because I want to set it so that I didn't want to return any value from the method. We know that we can return a value. I will use a method start with set, small case, and here the name is my variable. So what I will do, I will create capital N M E and then a small case N A M E, and here what I will do, I will use a string, let's say N, and here then name here is equal to name. Okay, so this way you can use the setter method to set the value and to get the value. Although this is not a rule but a naming convention, that's all the programmer we use. And nearly if we work on the packages that in upcoming chapter you will find out okay, most of the methods are start with setter and the getter. So in this way you can set the value and you can get the value. Same way, for example, if you want to retrieve the value, you can use, because this is returning a string, so you can have a return type string and use a get name like this and just return the name. So return a name, you need return a value, you need to use the return keyword. And because why we are using return keyword, because we want to return in a string. So this is how you can set the value and this is how you can get the value. Let me run it here. If you have a p.person, we cannot access p.name, so we can use a p.set name, let's say the John here, and to retrieve the value you can, what we will do, let's say the name here, and we will retrieve p.get name because get name is returning a string, as you can see out here. And what is the string it is returning? It is returning the name that we have set it earlier. And now my friend, what happened, let's say let's just print it. Here I will use a name, so it will just print a name John, SYS. Okay, and now let me run it. So you can see John. In the next lesson we will talk about a keyword, that is this keyword, how we can utilize this keyword.